I don't give my daughters whatever they want, but they get whatever they want. Do the necessary things to teach them balance, to teach them discipline, to teach them all of these nice life lessons. Use other means. You don't have to beat it out of them. Like when I was growing up, they said, yo, he acting up. He need a beating. Yo, why you keep moving? He need a beating. If you have a neck tattoo that's down to your chest, it's that big, you probably know somebody that's either a felon, about to commit a crime, or you're in the middle of committing a crime. Base your content off of those shares and saves and comments. Don't base it off the views as much, because the views will come. Welcome to the Mad Lucrative Podcast. I'm the host, the one, the only Magneto7 in the building. It's me. The crowd is mad spicy today. The crowd is mad spicy. Let me go to TikTok for 1 second. Yo, what up, bitches? What up? CB4, what up? No, not CB4, C4, or CA4. What up? And everybody that's in the chat, yo, thank y'all for tuning in, yo. Like, for real. Like, it really means a lot to me. This right here is episode 100. Yo, I honestly didn't think that I would actually make it to 100. For real. Yo, I'm big terror. Okay, gotcha. My name is Magneto7, aka Mr. Mad Lucrative, aka your neighborhood hope dealer. That's me. But anyway, this is episode 100. I don't know how long this is gonna be for today, because this is an afternoon pod. I'ma see. This is a different time. I'm normally up at like 6 in the evening, but I want to try something different, because it's a whole new, as y'all see, the studio has changed a little bit. So everybody that's supported the platform so far, I really appreciate it. Also, I want to make sure Instagram, y'all hit it. TikTok, y'all new, so if y'all want to, it's cool. But y'all are new to the building. Yo, if you want to go ahead and hit the Cash App, it's the Mad Lucrative Network on Cash App. Also, Super Chats, wherever y'all want to contribute to the platform, I appreciate it. It really means a lot. And speaking of contribute to the platform, I want to go ahead and shout out to Groomy right here. You know, sponsored by Groomy. If you got that bald head like I do, you might need one of these joints. You put this joint on your head and go ahead and suck all that hair up. Pause. I gotta say pause. But it'll really do the job. I've used it a few times, and I definitely will be using it instead of using my my traditional razor, because with the traditional razor you normally get some kind of like bumps on your head. It's natural. You're gonna get a bump on your head or two. And when you shave with a traditional razor, you leave the house and you think you debonair. You got that ish on, right? You feeling good. You got the Apple Watch. You got the Rollie, whatever you got on for the day. And then you go out and then you see somebody and they say, hey, man, yo, you missed the spot. You be like, I missed the spot. Then they point that joint out in your head right there. We don't want that. So if you get that Groomy, you get that joint right there, it's going to get your head right. I'm going to have the promo code in the description if you're watching this on YouTube. If you ain't, just shoot me a DM. I will send you a promo code. Get that joint for the low. But anyway, welcome to episode 100. Yo, I have had a very impactful week. Between last week to this week, I got to make sure I shout out all my new people. I'm seeing some new faces. What up, Morgan? Ted? I don't see nobody else new, but shouts out to all y'all. But I have had a very impactful weekend / week. So all of y'all know I'm off my 9 to 5, right? I'm not on a 9 to 5, and somehow I kind of got adopted to be the stay-at-home dad for some reason. So okay, let me unpack this. And I had somebody on TikTok earlier that was trolling me. Keep in mind, I welcome all trolls because I'm spicy. I'm Spice Man Jack, so I'm gonna go back and forth. Just let you know, I'm gonna go back and forth if that's what you want. If that's the energy you want, we gonna go there. But I had a follower on live earlier. They were like, yo, your wife out, she recording a movie. Because I was talking about how my wife got booked to do a movie. She's an actress and a singer. And we've been in entertainment forever. We've been married for 13 years. I put that all out there. I put that information out there first. Been married for 13 years. Been with her for 15, going on 16. God, we getting old. But I told him, I was like, yeah, she's out there in Florida, so I'm at home with the girls. I got a 7-year-old and a 5-year-old. And I said, I am Mr. Stay-at-home Dad. This is daddy daycare since I've been at work. Since I've been off the 9 to 5. Now, keep in mind, I still do real estate. I still podcast. I still do coaching calls. I still do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of stuff throughout the day. So just because I'm not on the 9 to 5 don't mean that stuff just stopped. All right, so I said, okay, so you get booked to go out of town to do the movie. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Cool. Make sure I'm prepared when it comes to the girls. Like clothes, hair is a specific stuff that you don't want me to dress them in because I'm a man. And we all know, men, when we dress our daughters, we just gonna kind of put whatever on them. We gonna put it on them and just let them walk out the house. Like that's what we do. Unless it's Sunday. If it's Sunday, we got to put them clothes on, them church clothes. It is what it is. Hold up. Big said, let's see. Let's record a song together. Yo, I'm down. Send me a DM. Send me a message here on what am I on? What are you on? This is TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Okay, so on TikTok, go ahead and send me a message, yo. I'm down. I'm always down to collaborate. What up, Cindy? Hold up. I gotta clap y'all up. I told y'all the clap button was gonna be back on YouTube, and it's back. All right, so what up, Cindy? What up, Sean? Is that Sean? I'm sorry, I might be missing it. But anyway, shouts out to the super chat. Okay, Eric. Giving that 5 piece. Okay, 5 piece. I'll take it. But anyway, so I'm getting the girls together, and listen, I'm the funnest dad in the world. I am him. I will say, if you want to know what a good father-daughter situation is, listen, I'm him. I am him. Go ahead and look at all of my story feed. I don't give my daughters whatever they want, but they get whatever they want. But I just believe in I don't feel like you have to be an uptight parent to parent properly. I don't feel like you have to be a soft parent to properly parent your children. Like, do the necessary things to teach them balance, to teach them discipline, to teach them all of these nice life lessons. Use other means. You don't have to beat it out of them. Like when I was growing up, they said, yo, he acting up. He need a beating. Yo, why you keep moving? He need a beating. And it's just everything always landed on, yo, he must need a beating. He said that again. I wouldn't let him talk to me like that. He need a beating. So just like, yo, I feel like us as adults, more educated adults, is other ways to discipline our children. What up, Hike Hunt? What up, Hike Hunt? I can't pronounce it properly. Hike Hunt. What up? But so it's been cool, and we're gonna jump straight in. So, first topic of discussion for the day. I've had a lot of artists to come up and be in the feed, go on the lives. Yo, bro, can you listen to my record? I'm like, yeah, cool. I went through I don't know if it was on TikTok or Instagram, but I told the people, I was like, yo, if you're an artist, I would listen to me if I were you. And I wasn't saying that to be cocky, but I took them through the studio. I showed them my platinum plaques. I showed them the Grammy. I showed them all of this stuff. And I said, all right, are you listening? All ears. So they texted all ears. So I'm talking, just giving jewels, telling them this is how I would do it if I were them. This is how I would change it up. And then it's always that one person that tries to take it a little bit too far. That one person takes it a little bit too far to be like, hey, man, you know what? Can you do this for me? Can you also give me all of this free coaching advice? I'm not going to tell you this coaching advice, but I want it for free. So me being a genuine guy that I am, what up? Me being the genuine guy that I am, I said, all right, I'll give you some jewels. What's up? What you need? So they're going through the marketing strategy. They're going through this. Yo, can I email you the PDF? Because this one, I'm like, no. See, now this is a coaching call, sir. This is a coaching call. Email me, and we can get to it. And my coaching calls ain't even that much. But anyway, I had a lot of artists asked questions this week regarding how to get out and what to put money into and resources. And I will say this. I'll start by saying this. If you are a person that's in the space of being able to adequately fund your marketing behind your brand, whether that's a music producer, whether that's a singer songwriter, whether that's a dancer, and I'm not talking about strippers. I'm talking about like real dancers, like dancers that do like Broadway dance and street dancing and stuff like that, right? If you're one of these people and you have the resources to put behind your brand, I would run ads first. I wouldn't do nothing else. I wouldn't pay for an influencer to repost my reel. I wouldn't pay for some random person to do a billboard for me in the city. Like, I would genuinely pay for an ad. Now, the ad might be on Facebook. It could be on Google. You could also run ads on TikTok. It is possible. All of these things are available for you right now. You can set your amount at a small amount, maybe $5, $10, $20 a week, whatever you can afford right now. Put your money towards that and watch your numbers roll. Now, this is the other side of what I'm saying. Make sure that before you put all of this money into ads, do somewhat of a test marketing period for yourself. What I mean by that is this. Arises, I appreciate it. What I mean by that is this. If you are in the space of finance, right? I'm going to take it off of musicians. Let's go to finance. If you're in the space of finance and you help people build portfolios and it's in the insurance sector, I would look at all the people that's like super big in the insurance space that's already on social media. Look at them and say, okay, what they're doing, how can I apply that to my brand? Because they are getting 500,000 views every time they post something. When I post something, it might be like 10 views. That's bad. It might be like 100 views, right? Look at what they do. Try to adopt their idea to your brand. Now, what I would do is put the spin on it. Every time you put the spin on it, just take a mental note of how many people interacted. What you're looking for is not how many views. The views matter. But they don't really matter that much. The views matter when it comes to it really don't matter at all. I would look at the engagement. If the engagement is really, really, really solid, case in point, you got people commenting, you got people saving the post, you got people sharing the post. You see it on whatever platform you're on, you see it. Base your content off of those shares and saves and comments. Don't base it off the views as much, because the views will come. The views always come. Trust me. When I first started getting on Instagram years ago, that was probably like what, 2009, 2010, something like that. When I started getting over there originally, I post something, and then I might get a few views. I post something else, get a few. Then I took a break. This is the damnation break right here that nobody wants to talk about. But when you're in the content space, or when you're a musician, or when you're a songwriter, singer, or whatever you are, you always go through the period where stuff just stopped moving. It happens. It happens to everybody. When it stopped moving, it naturally discourages you from continuing to post. You don't want to do it because you're not getting no immediate kickback, or you don't see the benefit in it. But what I will tell you is this. If you start to work on your brand and you start figuring it out, because keep in mind, this is episode 100. I started this podcast with the actual co-host. And in the other space, y'all, everybody on YouTube, if y'all remember back episode like 33, 34, like those earlier episodes, I had a co-host, really good guy, but it just didn't line up. And not even morals, not money, none of that stuff. Just scheduling, all that stuff didn't line up. What I had to start doing is pivoting. I had to figure out, what is it that I can talk about? What can I change up about the podcast to actually make it work? How can I carry a conversation? That's why I started going live on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, doing all the shorts. That's when I started doing that because I'm like, yo, I gotta pivot. I gotta figure out what else to do next. As soon as you find out what's working, go hard on the same thing over and over. Nail it in the ground. Get your real estate. We want to talk about digital real estate. We want to talk about digital real estate. Yeah, E. You want to talk about digital real estate? Nail in the idea. Let's go to Mr. Beast, right? If you look at the Mr. Beast brand, he barely changes up. If you ask me, Mr. Beast took on the real estate of a game show, right? He does the same thing over and over. Okay, what did he start with? I can't remember what he started with. But right now, he's giving away Lamborghinis, right? All right, so if you look at a Lamborghini, say it's a used Lambo, right? If he's giving away a used $200,000, $300,000 Lambo, right? And the people want to come on the show and participate in an event in hopes that they will win that Lamborghini, they're going to do it over and over. Then the actual public, like any game show, they're going to be like, yo, who gonna win? Who gonna win? Boy, I got my money on the redhead right here. Oh no, I got my money on Buddy with the dreads. It becomes a natural engagement provider. That's why the Mr. Beast brand is working. Everything he does works is because it requires everybody to engage, whether that's the contestants or whether that's the people that's watching. You're naturally going to cheer on. You're going to cheer for the underdog. You're going to cheer for somebody. It's natural, right? Next thing, while you are in the space of investing into your brand, whether you're an artist or whatever you do, let's make sure we're not wasting resources, right? I sent my wife a video of a person. I'm not gonna say if it's a male or a female. I sent her a video of a person that just did a video and they're marketing something. And I said, wow, wasted resources. Yo, I can't stand when somebody wastes some money, yo. I can't stand it. But I'm looking at the piece of material that the person, I'm doing a really good job of being vague, right? Yo, Tiffany, am I doing a good job of being vague or not? But so the person puts this piece of material out and I'm looking like, okay, I see what they're trying to do, but it's corny. It's corny. I feel like we need real people around us to tell us when some stuff is trash. I haven't got to episode 100 and still going hard from people telling me that the podcast is dope. I'm going to keep it 100. I have not gotten here and sustained giving y'all an hour episode every week, 1 hour back to back to back, and then go on live for an hour back to back to back. I haven't done this from people telling me, oh yeah, that's dope, yo, good job. No pats on the back. Most of my friends that's in my immediate circle has told me, yo, well, why you change up the pod? Like, I didn't really, you kind of got away from your original brand. What's the problem? Like, why you doing it? And it made me really assess, why am I having certain conversations? If I'm having a conversation about head, right? Head. If I'm having a conversation about that, what does that have to do with my brand? It ain't got nothing to do with my brand. If people look at the podcast, they're looking for the Mad Lucrative podcast. The name of the pod is, the name of the subject is in the name of the pod. Why would I stray away from the name of the pod to just get some clicks? And I think that's what happens to a lot of creators. It's not a pretty thing for podcasters or singers or rappers or whatever. It's not a cool thing for them to talk about mutual funds. Or it's not a cool thing to talk about investments. You're like, do I really want to listen to that for an hour? Probably not. So what I would say is find the entertainment in everything. Make sure you make good use of the resources that you do have. Right? Nothing's overnight unless you're a drug dealer. And then even in drug dealers the bread's not overnight. I'm sure. I've been told. I'm not a drug dealer. Just let y'all know, I'm not a drug dealer. I'm just saying, I've been told that to make money in the drug game is not overnight. So, make sure you go ahead and I'm gonna come to those. I'm gonna come to the super chats in a few. I'm gonna come to the super chats in a few. All right. So next subject I want to do. Don't be a old Me Too person. All right. I don't know if do y'all understand what I mean by that. But I say don't be a old Me Too person. Don't be a Me Too person. All right. So I was in the space. I feel like was it Publix? It was either Publix or Kroger. It was one of the grocery stores, right? And I noticed my oldest daughter is like she does the absolute most. Does your guy have any regrets? Oh, that's a good one. But don't be a old Me Too person. I saw my youngest respond to something my oldest said, and my oldest has this thing with like picking like scabs and all this stuff. It's just a really really bad habit. And me and my wife have been trying to figure out, okay, what can we actually do so that she does not do this no more? Like, what can we do to change it? So I look at my oldest while we're in the grocery store, and she says, my skin hurt. I got a sore. Oh, my gum hurt. Everything hurts. I'm just like, okay, well, what's really wrong? Like, what's going on? Keep in mind, this is Dad's Day weekend. So she's talking, and then my youngest say, "Oh yeah, my gums hurt too." I'm like, "Okay, no, your gums don't hurt. Now, does it hurt for real, or are you just saying something?" So I had the an epiphany moment, and it takes me to our race relation conversations that we've been having. What's up? What's up? Our race relations conversation we've been having for a few weeks. I'm I'm convinced, right? I'm convinced that we are now approaching a time period where everybody is the old Me Too, whether it's finances, whether it's with the relationships, whatever it is. Case in point, I'm gonna see if I can find this clip. It's a clip one of my buddies sent me, and was talking about wanting me to talk about on the podcast. So I'm talking about it on the podcast. Let's see. Alright. All my audio listeners, I'm sorry. I'm typing in what my buddy sent me. Hopefully I got the right one. No. Yeah. Okay, I can't find it. Anyway. So what the people were talking about sound like a case. If Mary got impregnated by yo, yo, the chat going crazy on TikTok. But it was a lot of people, younger people, I'll say, complaining about finances. And there's another part. First part of this is y'all know I've been on the smoke tour. And when I say smoke tour, I'm not talking about me smoking. I'm talking about literal, like, just smoke on social media and all that kind of stuff. So I made a post, and there's a lady, rather pretty lady too, talking about how she wants a real man. And most of the men out here right now don't want to pay for no woman, and they don't want this, and that. I'm tired of the conversation. Honestly, I'm tired of having that same type of conversation. Tired of it. So my response to the video was with no volume. I was just shaking my head, giving a thumbs up, and I was just like, what y'all think, right? And boy, oh boy, did they let me know what they thought in the feed. They let me know. They let me have it. So I was like, okay. So I said, I want to address it on the podcast. And I feel like I've had a few lives talking about the same type of thing, but I have not officially made a statement. All right, so this is my statement. I feel like when it comes to traditional marriages, when it comes to the nuclear family, we are getting away from it to the point where the government is looking at different ways to expand or extend the lifeline. I don't know if y'all seen it, but they're working on some type of stem cell research, whatever, that allows people to live to 150. Right? Right now, the retirement age is around 65 or 60. Let me look it up. I don't want to give y'all some false information. Uh, retirement age. All right. So right now, the retirement age to get Social Security is between 66 and 67. So that's giving us the idea that we're going to live until 66, 67, right? Now, that gives you, let's be modest, right? Let's be modest. Say you've done everything right and you ate the right foods, which we all don't, but say you ate the right foods, you had the right relationships, you wasn't around people that smoke, you did a lot of stuff right. You might live to about 80. We could probably nail in 80 for sure. So that means from what's that, age 25 to 65, you are working for somebody day by day by day by day. And now, if we're getting away from the nuclear family, and I know it sounds like I'm everywhere, but I'm gonna wheel it back in. I promise I'm gonna bring it in. If we are getting away from the nuclear family, which is a man, wife, having kids, if we get away from that, and let's just say there are 1 million less kids that's produced per year, 1 million less per year. What does that look like for the job force? Because the way I look at it, and call me whatever you want to call me, but the way I look at it, if we have that many less people that's born on a consistent basis, who gonna work at the Who gonna work at the factories? I know we're gonna say AI, we got the computer, but you still gotta have an operator. So who gonna be the operator for that stuff? Who's gonna be the engineer? Who's gonna serve the coffee at Starbucks? Who's gonna be the gas station clerk to keep the guys from stealing all the stuff? Like, think about this. If we have less people, who's going to actually do the smaller jobs on the totem pole? I'll wait. Blood Power said we got enough. We got plenty of unemployed. Okay, so this is my thing. With the unemployed people, and that's blood, pouch, pouch, punch. It's for you. But my thing is this. All right, if we got that many less people born, and we already have people that's unemployed, I'll give you that. Why are the people that's unemployed? It's just certain questions I have. The people that are currently unemployed, why are they unemployed? If it's from, it's a case of them being they can't do it, like they physically can't do the work, no legs, no hands, no any of this stuff, because there are more people than jobs. Okay, so all right, so this is my thing. I will agree with you until, like, okay, so I worked for the county at one point, right? And with me working for the county, I saw a wide range of people, right? Some people over here was like the $100,000 and up crowd, and they had $800,000 houses, and they had $1 million houses. Those people normally had an issue trying to find people to work for their companies. A lot of those companies would probably pay around $40,000, right? Average was $40,000. And then on the other side of the spectrum, I would have customers where they were in the projects and they ain't had no job, and they like, yo, I'm just waiting for this check. So for me, I feel like there has to be other means of education. We have to figure out ways to push people to want to do the work. I think if we incentivize certain people, cool. But I feel like, and it might be a little bit of that Republican in me talking, but I feel like, yo, you shouldn't give people nothing. You only give people stuff that's physically unable to perform jobs. I had, me personally, and y'all know my pedigree. I got music, all this stuff under my belt. I'm not shy. I'm nowhere near where's the Extremo? I stream on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I don't know. Eddie was. I don't know the other one. I do this part. I do this back and forth with y'all, and then it gets reposted on Thursdays. So I think we will be streaming since this episode 100. We will be streaming on the Apple Music again. I had to take a break. I had to take a break for a little bit. But I want us all to really just think about where we are. I feel like everybody's in the feelings fest. And they playing the victim award, the victim Olympics right now. And I just want us to get to a healthy place where we're not the me too person. And I say that from experience. I have been the me too person. I have felt like I couldn't get certain things done because I'm black. Or I can't get certain things done because I'm a part of this certain economy. And, my mama and daddy them didn't set me up. Well, you know what? I ain't even have a daddy. Like, I played that card for the longest. It got me nowhere. As soon as I tightened up, it was like, all right, you know what? Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. Get out here in the streets, go do the work, and you're going to see the return. Go get something. Go hunt something down like a deer. Y'all know I love using the deer reference. Go hunt it like a deer, shoot that junk down, and bring it back to the house and chop it up and serve it. Cook it on the grill. Let's see, what's something recent you accomplished but made you happy? That is a good question. All right, so the question from Blood. The P, is it an N? I'm getting mixed up, bro. Like my eyes is weird. You might have to say, is it punch or pooch? Blood pooch or blood punch? But anyway, what he said is, what is something recent that you accomplished that made you happy? That is a hard one. Very few things. Okay. All right. Let me put it in context. So I'm naturally a super happy, go lucky, energetic being. I'm that every day, all day. When I wake up in the morning with my daughters and my wife, I'm gassed up. I'm happy about life. I'm like, yo, let's go get it. But that second layer of happiness or third layer of happiness, for me, that's me being happy that I'm alive, I'm with my wife and kids. That's the surfacey one. That's the one that you should get every day. Like, you love being who you are every day and you live in that. But then that next tier is like, okay, financially, am I where I want to be, and am I able to do the stuff that I really want to do when I want to do it? The answer to that question is no. I would prefer to be able to go on a trip every other month. Like for my 40th birthday, I want to go to Italy, and I want to go. I would love to be out there for like a month. Pod from out there for a little bit, maybe interview a few people, maybe do a few studio sessions while I'm out there, do a workshop. I would love to do that for my 40th. Will that happen? I don't know. But if I'm looking at it from a financial standpoint, where if I'm going to pay for it, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Right? So from the happiness part of that, but that made me super happy and over the top. Let me come back to that. I got to think about that, bro. I got to think about that. That's a good question. Next one. Does our economy allow for the traditional family to exist? Husband go to work, wife stay at home with the kids, and be a homemaker, home whatever. You asked me the question. They asked it on Instagram, so I'm gonna answer it right now. I appreciate it. So, when it comes to the discussion where, if a man does marry a woman and the man only makes, we're gonna put a good dollar amount. He makes $200,000 for the year. Of course, that man could take care of that family all day. That woman could be at the house. She could do whatever she need to do, and everybody live and be happy, right? But that's the higher end. If you ask me, if the man makes $80,000, I think it's possible. I think it's possible. He said it's expensive. You said it's expensive. Okay, this. All right, this is my point, and I agree. But I think it's expensive based on the quality of life. What's expected, right? So if you are a person that's expected to have, what's this, 2023. If you're expected to have a 2022 Range Rover, $1 million house, you gonna eat crab legs every weekend. No, having 80,000 on with one kid and a wife is not possible. Not possible at all. But let's say you bought the house. Say you bought a house that was 200,000. We're gonna be modest. You bought a house that was 200,000. Your mortgage is, and you bought it back when interest rates was like 3%. And right now you're paying a $700 mortgage, right? Plus insurance, shoot it up to $1,000, and you make $85,000 for the year. Let's do some math on that. All right, 85,000. 85,000. We're gonna bust that joint down by 12. So you're making roughly $7,000 a month. $1,000 is going to your mortgage. Another, I'm gonna say $2,000, $3,000 is going towards your expenses. You still got about $2,000 left over at the end of the month. And that's if you save, you're doing the proper things, right? You also need to get savings. I agree. But for the women or for the men to build a case and say, like you just said, it's too expensive. Or even somebody said, boy, you silly, you out your rabbit ass mind. Okay, I got you. But it's possible. I don't feel like the dude that makes 85,000 should wait to get to 200,000 to be with the woman that he meets that does. Like, both of them deserve love. Now, I don't think that one of those people should be in the position of being a user. I do feel like if the woman's going to be at the house and she's going to be a homemaker, like, actually do the work. Like, do what you said you were going to do. Don't just be at the house chilling on Instagram or TikTok, scrolling. Like, contribute to the family in some way. Right? I know a lot of my friends that's in the $1 million space, their wife don't make no money. And it's cool. Granted, they are making millions, and they do have real estate and portfolios and all that stuff. But when they first met their wife, they were making $30,000 or $50,000 when they first met their wife, and they were with them through the glow up, and everybody wins at the end. Like, now would she get alimony? Probably so. If he leave and do something out here egregious in these streets, yes. She will get alimony, indeed. But why wouldn't she? Like, she's supposed to get it. I think I missed the. Oh, so let me see. Is it Josiah? I can't. So I don't know where you came in at. Audio listener, I'm sorry. This episode 100. We still in the building. I'm still me. If it gets too quiet, I gotta wake it up. But now, I was just saying that it is possible for a family to survive off of one income. At first, I do feel like you should always strive to do more and be more and become more. Right? All of those are different things. But when it comes to just the simple question. This is a simple question. This is a very simple question. Hey, Val, what's up? I got to give Val a clap because she was here earlier. Hey, girl. But when it comes to waiting for love, I don't think that's necessary. I do feel like it's necessary to make sure you make the proper decisions after you meet that woman and make sure you can level up and be in a space where you can take care of her. That is one thing. And another thing, it was a dude. Yo, you a bum, yo. Big, hold up. I'm going to find his name right quick. Hold up. Yep, I'm doing it. I told you, Smoke Man Jack back. And I got the computer back. All right, so. Big Man G. Big Man G, you a bum, yo. Big Man G on IG He said, "Yep, I'm putting it out there." But he said, "Yo, I think you dumb if you think women deserve to be taken care of." It's like, what? And that was based off of a conversation that I started. I said, a lot of women deserve to have soft lives. They deserve it. And when I say that, I just think about it like this: if you take everything out of the way, put it back on the table from how it was from in Bible times, right? Now we ain't gonna talk about the hanging on the cross and all that stuff. We ain't talking about that. I'm talking about just man, woman, right? The man is expected. This is like the elementary. This is the elementary version of relationships, but our Neanderthal version of relationships. But if the man was in the cave, right? And he got this big bone, right? He just killed the dinosaur. But dinosaurs back with dinosaurs, we got to talk about that. Don't nobody want to talk about the dinosaurs in the Bible. I ain't never heard of it. But anyway, so the man comes back home. He got this big dinosaur leg. It's like a turkey leg, big turkey leg. He's like, yo, we gonna fry this joint up. He slam it down. She got the earth age spices, and she putting the spices on the dinosaur leg. He like, all right, cool. You good? She like, yeah, I'm good. They eat. He go back out and get another dinosaur leg. Because we know you have to have a dinosaur leg if you eating good back in the day. You got to have a dinosaur leg. So why would he say, well, you know what? You want to be the woman boss. You the woman boss. You go out there and kill the dinosaur. And when you bring it back home, slam it on the table, I'm going to cook it up for you. First off, I almost guarantee her bone density alone will not allow her to carry the dinosaur bone. She can't carry it. So why would he expect her to carry the dinosaur bone? And then why would he want to see his woman come back with all these scrapes and bruises because she had to fight the dinosaur? Just think about it. Think about it like that. So if you take that into modern time, right? Why would you want your wife to have to, or your girl, right? Let's say y'all real serious. Why would you want her to have to go out and go kill the prey, bag it up, bring it to the house, slam it on the table, and you cook it because you don't want her to have a soft life? Think about the condition of your relationship after you do that. That woman gonna be mad at you every time she gets to the house. She gonna kill this damn dinosaur. Here you go. Like she gonna be mad. What does that do? That takes people out of their element. So I feel like us men do have to do certain things to level up and get into a certain position where our wives can have a soft life. I think it's necessary for balance. So, yo, if you wanted to go back and forth, you could do that. Y'all, I'm not going to go back and forth. But I'm just like, yo, like, they do deserve it. Now, on the other side of that, because there's always two sides. I'm not just going to agree with somebody just to be agreeing with something. It's two sides to it. If he's going out there getting a dinosaur leg, I'm going to let the dinosaur leg go. I like the dinosaur idea, so I'm going to go with it. But if he goes out here and kill the dinosaur, get the dinosaur leg, he gonna say, all right, I'm gonna go back for the other leg, and I'm gonna get, dinosaurs had the little arms back in the day, so I'm gonna go back and get the little arms, but the little arms still probably about that big, so I'm gonna chop that joint up, go back tomorrow, so we can fry that up and put it in the cave where they freeze it. She gonna say, okay, he gonna go back, he gonna get the dinosaur, he gonna freeze it, and we be good. If he brings that dinosaur back, got the dinosaur leg, if he bring it back and she looking like this, you gonna kill that bum ass dinosaur. Lack of appreciation. It's the top of the totem pole when the men go out to do some fly stuff. Women, we got to appreciate our fellas. I'm not a woman, so women, y'all have to appreciate us fellas. See how I backtrack on the pod? I got to backpedal real quick. Yo, what happens is this: if the woman appreciates the man to the extent where he's just like, yo, wow, like, okay, you could dial it back. I ain't never seen that type of appreciation. That dude is gonna feel like $1 million. He's already, if it's a good man, he's already gonna do the work to sustain your family, to sustain y'all's lifestyle. He's gonna do the work. If it's a good man, he's gonna do the work to make sure that happens. Maybe a vacation or two a year. Everybody can't afford to go to Belize every day. Like, this is one of them things. But if he does these things and you over appreciate, like in sales, we say you want to make sure you over deliver, under promise and over deliver. I'm one of those people that say you should over promise and over deliver. That way, when the customer they're finished, they're gonna be like, "Oh wow, I'm overly excited. You actually did what you said you were gonna do." And like I'm like, "Yo, you want some more money? Like I got you." We got to do that in our relationships. And I'm not a relationship coach. I just wanted to respond to the people that had something to say. So, women, appreciation. Y'all show the appreciation. Soft life. We gonna make sure we have a soft life. Soft life. I want y'all to have a soft life. No more strong women. I'm done with that. We gotta tighten up on that. I don't want no more strong women. It's enough of y'all. It's a whole lot of y'all out here in these streets. All right, so the next topic of discussion. And yo, I'm just having fun. I'm having fun. We 49 in? Oh, golly. Okay. I'm gonna hurry up. All right. Chest tattoos. Nate, what up? What up, Nate? So, I opened up the topic of the discussion earlier about these chest tattoos. And, yeah, I'm going to double down. I'm definitely doubling down on it. And I'm going to unpack it. Let me unpack it a little bit. So, I was scrolling as a older. Am I middle age? When you're about to be 40, is that middle age yet? Is that middle age? I don't feel like it is, but to a 22-year-old, I'm probably middle age. So I'm scrolling. And keep in mind, if y'all see me with a wife beater on, so y'all know I got a tattoo right here. Got a big tattoo right here. Got one. And I made a statement. I said, it's like a tattoo epidemic. I said it's like a tattoo epidemic in these streets. Yo. All right. From a show of hands, we on in the super chats on IG, Facebook. From a show of hands, even TikTok, show of hands. How many of y'all know somebody that either has a tattoo? When I say tattoo, I'm talking about one of these, like where it starts right here, where it starts. Everybody that's the audio listener, I'm pointing at my neck. So it starts on your neck. And it ends somewhere like towards the bottom of your chest, right? Yo, appreciate it. So, yo, if you got a neck tattoo that's down to your chest, it's a little invasive. So I said it's a tattoo epidemic. And what I mean by that is this. So it's been a few times where, and I don't discriminate at all. So I'm going to put that out there first. Keep in mind, I have a tattoo. So I'm not saying no tats at all. I'm just saying the full neck to the chest and the joint that about that wide. It's a little invasive. So I made a statement, said it's a tattoo epidemic. And people started going in. So then my next question was, because I'm just like, yo, I can never just let it be. I'm always going to have some extra stuff to say on top of it. So I said, how many of y'all know, and I said, if you have a neck tattoo that's down to your chest, it's that big, you probably know somebody that's either a felon, about to commit a crime, or you're in the middle of committing a crime. Yo. They're like, yo, you wild, son. But I'm just really thinking about like how our culture is pushing certain things that will get you labeled. Just think about it like that. Alex, what up? Is that Gus? Gus, what up? Hold on. I'm not just saying what's up. Y'all getting claps. What up? So I'm looking like, yo, why are we in the space where everybody is getting the full body tattoos? Everybody's smoking weed. Everybody's getting drunk to the T. And even with that, my wife put me on to some game. Said, yeah, some of y'all women out here gonna be foul and smelling because you're throwing your pH off from drinking too much liquor, and it's hurting your womanhood down there. So I'm just like, so all of these women are they're going through these spells. What they call it, hotels, something, whatever. They're going through these periods, and they're just drinking and smoking and doing as much as they can. Now, keep in mind, I've done it all too. No, not all. I haven't done X and crack and the hard stuff, cocaine, all them big boy drugs. I ain't in the big boy drugs. I'm a little bit of weed. Done did that before. Black and Miles. I love Black and Miles. Cigars. Love the cigars. Right. But it's not an everyday thing. If I'm trying to go golfing, if I'm trying to go on a yacht, I'm trying to do something fly. French Riviera with the not polyester, with the linen. On the French Riviera with the linen, just looking fire. Got the Ray-Bans, so got all looking golden. I'm gonna probably have a cigar, right? That's the time to have a cigar. But every day, it's invasive. So I say, okay, what is the culture starting to push our people into? And what have we embraced as the culture? Have we just embraced counterproductive behavior? Because that's how it feels, right? I've never been in a place where I've seen so many men and women they fight for destructive habits. And then they say that you're trying to judge them, but you're not trying to judge nobody. Like, if let me do this. I talked about the bum wars last week. I'm gonna do a live. You gotta come on Mondays if you want to do a live. Come on Mondays. I'm gonna go live with people, and we cam it up. But I've never seen so many men and women be mad because somebody calls them out on their stuff, and then they say, "Oh, yo, you a lame, you a square, you this." No. Like, I feel like in certain spaces you have to be called out, because when you called out, it makes you do better things. You have better choices. You make better decisions. You make educated decisions instead of, I saw this on TV, so I'm going to do the same thing. I saw my partner do the same thing, so I'm going to do the same thing. And keep in mind, some of y'all got some good friend groups. But if your friend group says, I'm going to get a neck tattoo, and not the little bitty neck tattoo, I'm cool with that, because you can still hide it with a collar, right? But not the little neck tattoo. I'm gonna get a full joint. Matter of fact, not even just that. I'm gonna tap my face too. And then something happens, and you try to figure out, okay, well, I need to level up and create some more money somewhere else. You're technically limited to what you could do. You have to literally be an entrepreneur and get out here and get it. You can't go work at no Fortune 500 company with all that stuff on you. They gonna judge you out the rip, and then you're gonna say, "Oh, that's racial profiling." No, it's not racial profiling. It's profiling you making that bad decision about getting a neck tattoo to your chest. Like, just let's think about these things. Like, I really want our people to figure out what makes sense. Let's figure out what makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna go to Super Chats. Scroll up right quick. We're going to Super Chats. If you got something in the chat, go ahead and post it. I'm going to respond to it. Super Chat. We 56 in. I feel good. I feel like we go a whole nother hour. I'm cool with it. No, I'm not. All right, Super Chat. First question says, what is your relationship built on? Is it money? Okay. No. That's simple. All right, I'll expound. So, if you're asking me personally, with my marriage, and I'm assuming you're talking about marriage because that's the only relationship I really talked about on this pod. As it relates to my marriage, our relationship is built on a lot of things. On a surface level, it's built on creativity. Me and my wife are super creative. We're both musicians. We both love music. We love to do what we do. We thrive in our environment. Like, when I see her up on stage and she's singing and doing her thing, it's like, her and I are the only people in the room. She is the only person I see. Right? When I'm doing podding or if I'm producing, I know for a fact she like, oh, that mug in his bag. I feel it. Now on a deeper level, we got kids together. We've created our version of a legacy. We know we have something to leave behind once we leave this earth. Those are our daughters. And then on a deeper level than that, God. It's built on God, right? I'm not saying that we've been the perfect Christians. I'm not saying that we've done the perfect things in our relationship. But what I am saying is we have somewhat coached each other into being a successful human as it relates to life. Because there's been plenty of times, like when I started podcasting, I went from music production to podcasting. She was one of the first people that pretty much cheered on the concept. And she was like, okay, that's dope. That's dope. You going into that space? Cool. Now, with some of the discussions that I had, she's like, oh my God, what, you're a little bit far out there. The first thing she said, are you cussing on the podcast now? I was just like, yeah, I'm a grown ass man. Nah. But she was just like, yo, I feel like, again, back to that accountability side. And did I get in my feelings at the time? I think I did get in my feelings. So I'm human. But at the time, she was telling me, I think you should clean it back up. You know, you got people looking, you got people watching. And for me, as a musician that comes from church, I've had to dial back my freedom of speech and the way I thought about certain things. I had to dial it back to fit into the mold of being a church musician. You always got somebody watching you, all this. So when I started podcasting, I was able to have an actual voice and to freely speak about the things I want to speak on. And being a dad and being married, it opens up the door for me to talk about other subjects. So it's not just me talking about being a musician, or it's not just me talking about being a man. I can actually educatedly have an educated conversation about all of these topics, in addition to business, in addition to music, in addition to friendship, all this stuff. So I know I went a little bit everywhere, but yeah, our relationship is built on just good standards, right? I'm gonna just say good standards, because there might be some people that watch the pod from overseas. If whatever you believe in it wholeheartedly, and really study those things. Like, study your partner. I will say this, and I see the other questions, so I'm gonna come to them. Nobody posting no questions on TikTok. If you do have any, please post, because I'm only gonna be on for another like maybe 15 minutes tops. So I will say this. I think it's a misconception that when you get married, things just automatically fall into place and things just, you plan it, it works, voila, done. No, that's not the way it works. In marriage, it's a constant coaching session between her and you, between you and your friends. You coaching your friends on how to treat your wife. You coaching your family on how to treat your wife. You coaching your wife on how to treat your family. It's always a coaching session going on somewhere, right? And I think what happened, or what has happened with the new generation, because I had divorce on the list too, but I'm not going to talk about that too much today. But I think it's so many divorces that's happening right now because people are just not willing to be coached and to listen to the coach. It's a constant thing. Like, you never will know everything. You will always evolve into something else. If I would have told my wife that I wanted to start podcasting years ago, she'd be like, why? You're a music producer. You got a Grammy for producing music. Why would you do that? And I was like, well, I feel like I'm approaching a different space, and I just feel like this mentally and emotionally. It wasn't that quick. We did some bumps. We got some bumps and bruises. We lost some stuff. We lost some friends. We lost some things. Like, it was a constant evolution to become something else. And then that pushed me into the space of podcasting, if that makes sense. So now that our relationship is built off of being able to be coached, being able to listen, not getting in your feelings when you get corrected on something, having patience. All of these things are a part of building the relationship and sustaining the relationship. So when you have outside influences try to come in, you're stable. It's going to be very difficult for the outside influence to interrupt what you got going on in your relationship if you are constantly doing the work, constantly putting yourself on the back burner, putting your partner first. If you're constantly doing that, it's going to work. It always works. That's why our grandmama and granddaddy them work. And granddaddy, sometimes back in the day, granddaddy them had a whole family down the street. Nobody knew about it. But guess what? I bet you Big Mama knew about it. She knew. And he said, look, I got to take care of them down the street. And she said, well, why did you do that? The first thing that happens, and I'm not saying that's right. So I'm not saying go have a secondary family anywhere. Unless that's something that y'all cool with. If y'all cool with it, cool. But I'm saying this. Be willing to be transparent to your partner. Be willing to be transparent to the point where they're welcoming criticism. If they're openly welcoming your criticisms, that's love. That's an identification of love right there. If you can be criticized or give criticism and it's mutually accepted, yo, that's real love. Love ain't the, oh, you look so beautiful, baby, and oh, let me come grab on you. You have sex for a little bit. You get it in, and it's like, all right, cool. Like, no, that's an aspect, that's a part of it, but it's so much bigger. It's so much bigger. Even with friendships. I've talked about friendships on the pod a lot. Even when it comes to friendships, it's not love to just be associated to a friend. Are you willing to give? Are you willing to show up for their stuff? If it's a musician, can you show up to their shows? If it's a friend that got a lame t-shirt and you told them it was a lame t-shirt, but they still printed it, did you buy the t-shirt just to show support? Were you there when your friend had a family member to pass? Were you able to come bring the big box of chicken and hug auntie and hug their grandmama and say, oh, everything gonna be all right? Hug them. Call them weeks later and check on them. Because everybody knows as soon as somebody pass, everybody's there. Yo, you want a box of chicken? You want a box of chicken? I'll come over to the house. You want me to come sit with you? Everybody does that for the first week or so. And then it get quiet. And in that quiet space, are you the friend that's able to connect to that other friend and say, yo, you gonna be good? Yo, let's go bowling. Let's go golfing. Let's go get some wings. Like, yo, that's how I think about, like, love and real friendship. Like, that's the act of it to me. All right? Scroll. Said chest tattoos is wild, son. All right. Yeah, okay. All right. Angela, that's a good. Okay, so Angela says, what does consideration look like? All right, so I'm assuming all of these questions are good questions. I wish y'all would type just a little bit more so I can kind of get more of a context, but I'll answer what I think. So what does consideration look like as it relates to marriage? I'm assuming you're talking about, or dating. Are we talking about dating or marriage? All right. If you tell me dating or marriage, put that in the feed and I'm gonna come back to it. Let's see. No box for light. Okay. Uh-oh. No, I didn't mean to invite sin. No, I'm sorry. True blood, Tony. True blood. Hey. T-Mac, what up? Did she post? Angie, what's good, girl? What up, girl? What up? Dating. Okay, good. Consideration. So I would say, and keep in mind, I told y'all I'm not a relationship coach. I'm just giving y'all solely my experience. I've had a lot of life experience. So I'm giving y'all that. I'm not telling y'all I can play it by the book and give y'all this. And, oh, yeah, if you do this, then more than likely, I'm just giving you what's happened for me, right? So I would say when I was out dating, I would consider approaching a female. Of course, the first one was looks. I'm gonna definitely approach. If that joint was looking alright, I was like, yo, I cannot leave without saying something to you. Like, it's just, but again, that's me. Some dudes are just not that forward when it comes to approaching women. And for those, it might be a little bit more difficult to let you know when they're quote unquote considering you. So consideration to me is this. If he approached you for one, If the conversation was not immediately, oh, you look good, I want to take you on a date. But if the conversation was more so, oh, cool, what do? You seem like an interesting person. How about we exchange information? A non-invasive thing. What's your IG? What's your IG? Or what's your TikTok? That's one part of consideration. That's a very easy one, right? If y'all actually do that and exchange information and it starts to go in a good direction, consider all the options. And when I say options, I'm not talking about dating other people and getting out here in these streets and being wild. I'm not talking about that. Consider going deeper with this person, finding out what makes them tick, find out about their family dynamic to a certain extent. Some people don't want to give you that information. So if it's tender and they don't want to give you that information, dig in on another subject. Now, if he's reciprocating the energy, y'all about to build a relationship. Y'all building a real relationship. And sex never came up in the original conversation. Y'all building a real relationship. It's a real relationship because most dudes don't really know how to go deep. Pause. I do got to put that out there. Most men don't know how to go deep as it relates to conversation. It's just because we're not used to getting that kind of energy. So it's like, how do you give something that you don't have? Like, it's just not one of them things. So, yeah, just look for the subtle things in consideration. If he's going to Starbucks, did he call you and say, yo, I'm going to Starbucks, you want some coffee? That's simple. That's an easy one. That's consideration. He's putting you into the equation. Yo, I'm thinking about going to the beach with my folk. You got anything planned that weekend? Simple consideration. Yo, I'm going to this church, or yo, I'm going to the club. I'm not really the club type of dude, but yo, you want to ride? You want to roll? It might be cool. Maybe have a few drinks, get some wings or something. Consideration. That's simple, right? Don't look for the big stuff. I'm going to let y'all know. Ladies, do not look for the big stuff. Because if the dude was anything like me, I had $100 cap. I said, yo, I'm not. When I was dating, now granted, the economy is what the economy is. It probably had to be adjusted to like maybe 300 now. Might be about 300. So, but back in the day, I was like, yo, I'm not spending. If I spend $100 on a girl, she got to be something for real. And that was my rule. I wouldn't spend $100. You know, the first person I spent over $100 with, you guessed it, my wife. My wife was the first woman I spent over $100. Bought her a car. I was like, yo, I actually love this lady. Like, yo, so that's just simple things, yo. Simple things. All right. Are we done with the super chats? And if y'all do have some questions, just shoot me a DM on Instagram, because I got to go pick up the girls in a few. I don't see nobody. Ain't nobody say nothing on TikTok. I see L.A. Jackson. What up, L.A. Jackson? I see, is that Alejandro? Every time I see that name, I got to say it like this. So, Alejandro! What up? All right, yo. It's been real. This is episode 100 in the books. Everybody that shot the Mad Lucrative Network a cash app, I appreciate you. All the super chats, I appreciate you. I will be back next week for episode 101. It's go time. Let's get it. Peace.